happy hour gets even happier because we're joined with comedians Ilana Glazer and Abbi Jacobson, better known as the women of Broad City. Hi, Gil.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Good.
You're making us some cocktails?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna make you a vodka drink, tequila drink, and a bourbon drink.
That's exciting.
One's gonna be called a Charmaine Star.
Nice.
The other one's gonna be ground to glass. It's gonna have red bell pepper puree with lime juice and agave. And the third one is my personal favorite. It's a John Lee Hooker.
What'd you just call me?
You are in the Catskills.
I am Dean Martin right now.
So is this your first time here? Have you guys been here before?
This is my first time here.
First time also.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, welcome.
So
Sugar is what gives you like a hangover, I think. You know, I went to bartending school.
Did you? You did? I didn't know that.
Yep, I did.
When? Give me the.
So bad.
Do I know how to mix a fine drink?
I know how to mix like the basic drinks.
Okay.
It was a terrible thing. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And I went to like the worst bartending school because I don't think most good bartenders go to those.
Did you go to one?
Right?
Gil?
Yeah.
I did not go to a bartending school.
You got it. You're learning
It's
on
like
the street.
anti.
I don't
You
want
don't
to give
wanna-
you trade secrets.
But I love that you're making 3 different drinks at the same time.
I know.
I'm very
Fun.
impressed.
And talking.
Exactly. Very impressive.
I manned the bar at certain events, but not. I
You
went
didn't
around.
use your bartending
I went
skills.
around and tried to use them, but apparently having a bartending license goes
Hinders you.
against your chances.
They know you're a faker.
Yeah.
Love the technique. Love the technique.
Ooh,
Nice muscle skill.
Good
Hey,
acid.
baby.
Hey,
I
big
did
deal.
3 extra push-ups today. That's no particular reason.
Okay, what's up? Yeah. What's going on?
Doesn't he look like a young Casey Affleck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you get that a lot?
No,
Look at this
never.
drink.
I think you're
Gorgeous.
better
Oh, it's so
looking than
pretty.
Casey.
I agree.
Well, thank you.
This is gorgeous.
Look at these colors.
I want a blouse in that color.
You want a what?
Blouse.
A blouse?
I had a crazy boss that I could not dislike because he had the John Waters mustache.
Oh,
This is a Charmaine Star, the ground to glass, and the John Lee Hooker.
Okay, what'd you say?
And yours is going to be pretty much vodka, shiso leaf, cucumber, and cinnamon with lime juice. Yours is going to have tequila, red ground bell pepper, agave, and lime juice as well. And that one's going to be my personal favorite. It's going to be Buffalo Trace bourbon. We're going to have cinnamon, agave, and also going to have peaty scotch with a little bit of Hop Stupid IPA ale.
Wow.
So cheers.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Cheers, ladies.
Wait, there we go. Alright.
That one's absolutely beautiful.
Oh my.
Let's try
What
it.
is going
That
on?
is so
Let's trade them.
This is so good. You
That's
have to
so
have
This
some
is
of that.
I'm like not a big alcohol fan. This is so good.
And it's smooth. It's not going to be too
That
strong.
is
It's
so
not a good introduction. It's the Charmaine Star.
Charmaine.
Star.
So good. Great.
Wait, this is so good.
I
These are
swear I've
better.
never had this reaction to a drink because
You've never had like a
I'm never like
cocktail.
a good one. Yeah, true.
Wait, I'm gonna have another sip of this one.
That's amazing. I love that one. Is this which one is this base?
That's a
Base?
Charmaine Star. It's vodka based.
Here, you try this one.
Cucumber.
Wow, that is like spicy. Oh my gosh,
love
that's
that.
that's gonna give me like a hairy chest. You know what I mean?
That's why Gil made it. Perfect.
Wow. Like
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
These are great.
Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
thank you so much. So good.
Of course. I just want to say
too.
cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining me in Summit. I'm sure you're going to get these kind of questions over and over again, but you guys both had a background that didn't necessarily denote comedy, but then you guys went in and pulled into comedy. When did you know you were funny?
I guess I knew that I could potentially be funny. I was a student council representative of my 8th grade homeroom.
Okay.
Which is where you go to these student council meetings and you report back to your homeroom about what's going on in school. And I did that as Linda Richmond from SNL. I was like obsessed with Mike Myers.
Adorable.
And it was like so ridiculously, it was just ridiculous, but it was like a hit.
It's just like funny.
I mean, I was
that,
like
a kid
12,
would be like,
but it
I
was
got a
like-
good idea. I know how to read these announcements. It's
It
so
was
funny.
It was so, it's embarrassing.
And that, like, the kids
but
are
it
like,
was like,
yeah,
now
we
looking
love
back,
it.
I'm like, yeah.
It's great.
That's perfect.
And like it makes sense now.
I was like reporting about vending machines in the cafeteria.
Awesome. That's perfect.
So when I was a kid, my brother and I, all we did was make sketches, like comedy sketches. We had Glazer Broadcasting System, GBS,
Nice.
and KRA PTV, which my brother, who's 4 years older, was like nervous about saying crap, and I was always like,
Oh, that's
whatever, more ballsy or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're saying crap. And I was like, whatever, 6. SNL was like huge for me. We both grew up loving like Gilda Radner, also like Roseanne. Like I loved Roseanne growing up. Oh yeah, I also like in 7th grade did like a biography on like Rosie O'Donnell. And like I think that was always my focus. And then when I was, and I did like theater and acting, but when I was about like 15 and my brother came to school in the city and he introduced me to like the alt comedy scene, and I was like, oh, there's, you know, more than one place to do comedy, and it seems that people are making a job of it.
Yeah.
So I knew for a long time.
I love that you guys could see it as a possibility right away, because I think that's very intimidating for people to try to get not only into entertainment but into comedy, which I think is something really difficult.
Yeah.
When did you guys decide to go to Upright Citizens Brigade, which is a coveted place beside Second City? How did you guys decide to go into that? And is that where you two met?
We met an indie improv team sort of formed out of like a bunch of people taking classes at the UCB. So we took classes at the same time.
Because like taking
but never
classes isn't
together.
enough. You need like practice groups so that it's like such a muscle that needs to be exercised. Improv, so you need like practice groups. So we met in a practice group outside of classes.
I like that you guys named strong female influences too, which is nice. It's nice to have these wonderful female, amazing comedians right now. Do you feel right now that you have some other people that you feel that you admire that are currently doing comedy? And do you also think that the comedy scene is really diverse for women right now? There's not just one type.
Diverse, I mean, it's hard enough to get a woman on the screen, but to get a black woman on the screen, that's like two
not
steps.
that
Oh, I mean, it's tough, definitely. Women and then women of color.
Right.
I mean, that's going to be a battle for representation for as long as media is the biggest thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it is like getting better in terms of women. But yeah, comedy in general, it's like always sort of like, you know, the house teams are sort of like 2 and 6. You know, it's always sort of this uneven thing, but it definitely is growing. And then I think even within the 5.5 years that I've been doing stuff at UCB, it's a lot more women are involved.
What I love is one of the ways I feel that to change that is to write your own material and feel brave enough to write your own material. When did you two decide, you know what, we're just gonna do this? When did you decide that, and how did that come about?
I love recanting that moment because it's like, it makes me want to like go right now. You know what I mean?
We had been in this improv team for like 2 years, like a little less than 2 years, and we're both sort of like trying to create our own material. Alana had been producing this amazing show with Elliot.
With my brother at UCB High School Talent Show that Abby did many times.
And, you know, we were both like, you know, doing stuff, trying to perform as much as we could in other aspects. I do more character stuff, and Alana does a lot of stand-up. But we both were sort of like frustrated in wanting to create something that has sort of more legs to it and is more long-lasting and not just like a performance. And I had just taken this great class called Capes Coaching at UCB. They offer some sort of elective stuff. And it was about sort of using your resources and what you have available to you to like set your goals and like be very proactive.
Amazing.
And I was like, dude,
Like I didn't
just
take
got
the
on
class,
this-
but I like got the class from her.
basically because I was
You
like,
pay, I'll get
'cause
your
I
like
was-
notes.
I
your
love
clip
it.
yeah.
notes.
I was like so like I need to be making something that is like our voice, or you know.
And improv is so like time consuming and hard and like you know, I was producing shows with my brother, but we weren't creating material. And I don't know, Abby was so like, I want to do this, I want to create something for myself, and she was like defining it, you know, because that class made you like articulate your goals and your
catalyst
wants.
for
it was
Totally.
Yeah,
and then like we were in this pizza shop across from the UCB.
Well, we should say we were just good friends. Like, we
Right.
performed improv, but, like, okay.
And then we were talking about creating material for ourselves in this pizza shop across from the UCB offices on 30th and 7th, Southwest Corner.
Nice.
And Abby was like, why can't it just be us? And we were like, ding! And we were like, it can!
That's
And it just,
great.
we were
Because
like,
the
boom.
dynamic that we have in our show is, like, a little bit exaggerated from how we actually are. Like, that's how we, like, get along. And we were like, we think this is kind of ridiculous and funny. We kind of thought it was a little crazy that we were like, I don't know why, you know, there were doubts along the way. We were like, why would anyone want to watch this kind of thing? But we're just like, let's just do it.
I think one of the things that you guys may not realize yet that it's really inspiring to other women who have that self-criticism in their head. They're not sure if their material is good enough. They want to wait till their material is good. And the great thing is, the way I discovered your show was my friend Tanya Abernathy, who's a killer singer, was on the internet one day and she's like, have you seen this show, Broad City? You will freak out. She's like, I think it's us. And I was like, watch that. I was like, what? And we sat on the phone and we just watched each episode. I was like, what are you watching?
That's awesome.
Oh, it was
I have
so cool.
such chills.
man.
I can't even show you adequately.
But I think that that's what's so great about the show is
so cool.
because you guys just said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it out there. You never know who's going to affect, and that's what I was going to say. When was a turning point for you guys when you were like, okay, I'm doing the show, but wait, people are watching this show? When did you know that turning point happened?
We were talking about this the other day, and I think, so the first season is about 18 episodes, and it took us about a year, and we were really figuring it out as we went. Like, it was not like a set schedule. We were like
we
making
would
them
do
when
batches
we
of
could.
episodes at a time.
Yeah, it was just like we were learning so much, and I think,
And people were responding to it, but
you know, small scale, but it still was like, whoa, this is like,
we're getting a
there's
response
something
at
here.
all.
And we had we would have these premiere parties for the finale episodes because we have 2 seasons, and both finale episodes were sort of bigger and grander than a usual episode. And we did this at 92 I Tribeca, which is a great space. And I think after that first one, which is one of my favorite episodes, called Do the Right Thing,
Love that one, yeah.
and we it was just different.
It was sort of like fans came to life, and we were like, oh, these people exist. Like, these viewers are not just like counters on YouTube or something. And also, like, I think at about that time, we started getting response from people that we didn't know. And it was like, wait, but who are you friends with? And it would be like it couldn't be traced back.
I'd be
or
like,
something.
you must know someone that I know.
Because for a while it was like, yes,
is
my
crazy.
dad's friend loves the show.
a lot of my
does.
parents'
Of course he
friends
does.
love it.
So, but then, like, that started happening at the same time, and also to have that like live experience was so exciting. And Abby also, she's like our ideas woman. Abby also had this, you know, again, defined it in such a way where she was like, let's treat this like an online TV show. Let's have a regular release schedule. Let's be our own PR team. Let's do this. Let's make it professional so that we can sell it, you know?
Well, because it was sort of like, no one is going to we're not getting called to be in roles for stuff.
Nobody's
it's
ever
just
gonna-
very,
I mean-
we're like, the only way this is ever gonna happen is if we treat it like this is like a big, it was a big deal to us, but like we treat it very professionally. Like, this is like a legit thing. And if we treat it like that, then everyone we work with treats it like that.
On the audition process here in New York, both of you separately, how has it been for you? I mean, obviously, and I'm going to talk about what had happened to the next transition for Broad City, but what has been the audition process like in New York?
Not even that many, I mean, to be honest. And we also haven't had representation the whole time that we've been in New York at all.
Yeah, I mean, so before we started Broad City, I guess there were 3 years there where I was like, I want to get like a commercial agent, and I would go, I met with like probably 4 different commercial agents.
Oh my gosh.
I remember one was just like, I just like not feeling your, like it was like always something. I was like, I'm not
Finish
feeling
it.
your hair. And I was like,
Not
"All
feeling
right.
your hair.
What do you
And
want me to do? Like,
she also
what do
says
you
that
want?"
that person's haircut was not
It was terrible.
pretty.
It was what she doesn't need to have her hair look anyway.
Yeah.
But it was just like, and you know what else that's great about making your own stuff is that honestly, in doing Broad City, like my confidence on my own performance level rose so
great.
much that now, me going into a commercial like 4 years of commercial audition, I would be like terrible.
Right.
I was so nervous. I had like never, I didn't know what made me funny until you come up with your own stuff.
Because nobody's gonna write the perfect thing for you.
Right.
You are gonna write the perfect thing for you.
Yeah. Well, your show, you couldn't have possibly known that it would have already been optioned to do something so quickly.
Well-
what was that transition like, and who's involved now in that?
Okay, so the craziest part of this was that, so Amy Poehler is attached as an executive producer, but the craziest part is that before season 2, when we were like, this is a legit professional thing, we were like, let's go to LA in August and sell this show.
Yeah.
And then it just, I'm like getting chills. It just
She'll get chills a lot.
I am freezing. It just like so happened that by the time like May came around and we filmed our finale, and she asked us, are you guys doing anything for TV? We had written a pilot, we had a couple production companies interested, and we had this plan already. But then by the time she came around, we were like we were prepared for the opportunity. That's how we look at a lot of things. Be prepared for any potential possible opportunity.
Yeah.
So we ended up staying August and September, like going with our original plan, but now with Amy attached was like,
We never could have like ever foreseen that happening.
because that was like more out of our control than like we can sit down and write a pilot, we can plan, a month, and it was like scary.
So
both
we had it
full-time
ready
jobs.
for when the potential opportunity came for us to ask her to be involved, and
Right.
it was like, yeah.
We both had full-time jobs, and we were like, okay, we have to leave like all of August. How's this gonna? The way it came together was like risk reward, or
Right.
reward for
Yeah,
risk.
it was
and
pretty crazy.
I didn't know that actually worked. That was like a real thing.
One of those things is, I look at it, it's not just charming, it's something that it draws you in. It's really smart, and I really am looking forward to the next installment. So I just want to say congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
so much.
Thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
down
Thank you
here.
so much for
Of
having
course.
us. This is a
No
pleasure.
problem. And we're actually maybe going to try a couple more cocktails over here, but thank you.
More than a couple, I think.
Okay,
so
yeah,
I
sounds
hear.
good.
So-
Cheers. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Table for Two. To learn more about the ladies of Broad City, you can, of course, go to comedycentral.com, or you can watch them every Wednesday evening at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 9:30 Central Time. And, of course, if you'd like to watch more clips of Table for Two, you can like us on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page. Thank you so much for your support. Bye-bye.